You know, life is filled with consequences. Consequences are things that happen. If you drop a glass of water on the table, the consequences were the glass will break or turn over and the water be spilled all over. So that's just a consequence, not necessarily a good consequence, but something's going to come of consequences. In fact, you know, if you want to test it out, now you take a skunk, for instance, and if you play with a skunk, you're kitty, 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 and you play with a skunk and he turns around, stamps his feet, and shoots you, with his smell, you're going to smell like a skunk. I mean, that's the consequence of playing with a skunk. In fact, too, now if you take a kitty cat that you might like, a real nice kitty cat, and then grab him by the tail and hold him straight up, and you're going to have consequences because that cat's going to scratch you bad all the way up your arm. You're going to be a bleeding, shredded mess because cats do not like to be held by their tail. So you have sort of a consequence. I remember one of my kids, and he was from an orphanage, and he didn't know much about snakes, you know, and a lot of people don't know much about snakes. And if you don't know much about something, your best bet is to back off of it. But he saw this nice big rattlesnake, and he didn't know it was a rattlesnake, but he just smiled and bent over and picked it up right in the middle. And you don't ever pick a snake up in the middle. But anyway, he did. He picked it up right in the middle. And the snake was angry, so the snake bit him time after time on his arm. And then he got tired of it, and so he threw the snake down. But he had already been bitten. And I remember the next day seeing that poor kid's arm, which was 3 times the size of his other arm. And he almost died. He played around with that, and he had to pay the consequences of being foolish. He played with that snake. You don't play with snakes. You don't play with stuff you really don't know anything about. Back off, and you'll be safe. Otherwise, you have to pay the consequences.